Hi, welcome to my channel BL Love, where we talk about everything BL. In this video I am going to share my top 15 picks for BL dramas that have the most epic love stories. At number 15 we have the Korean BL drama, To My Star. It tells the story of Kang Seo-jun and Han Ji-woo, two diametrically opposite personalities, who fall for each other. Kang is an actor and Han, a chef. When Kang faces a public scandal and has to hide out, he is forced to room with Han, and during this time, the pair bond and fall for each other. But, given the very different lives, lifestyles, and life principles they have, cracks start to develop soon, and they grow apart. To My Star, over 2 seasons, tells their story and how and whether they are able to work through their differences and their love for each other to be together. At number 14 we have My Beautiful Man from Japan that tells the story of Kyo-e and Hira. Kyo-e is the handsome, popular guy in the class and Hira the opposite, unpopular, loner, and constantly bullied, including by Kyo-e at the beginning. Hira has this all-consuming obsession with Kyo-e and worships him at the cost of everything else, including his own well-being at times. Initially Kyo-e is intrigued by that, but gradually he also falls in love with Hira. It is, however, not easy since Hira worships Kyo-e like a god, often literally, and the unlikely pair finds it difficult to work through this acutely out-of-balance power equation as they try being a couple. My Beautiful Man, over 3 seasons, unfolds this journey of power struggles and the epic all-consuming love of Kyo-e and Hira. At number 13 we have The Sign from Thailand. Tharn's parents died in an accident that he survived as a child. Given a prophecy about threats to his life, he grew up in a temple. Tharn saved a drowning Phaya and gave him a protective charm when they were both kids. Both forget that and meet again as strangers at a police academy. During their training they feel an undeniable attraction and Tharn gets visions every time Phaya is in danger and saves him. Tharn realizes that he can see into the future in bits and pieces, particularly when someone is in danger, like how he always gets visions about Phaya's threats. Both of them complete the training and get into the special police force, but keep getting strange visions and dreams about a parallel world of mythological and magical creatures. As they fight crime, crooked politicians, and drug mafia together, they get closer and become lovers. But their love seems doomed with a powerful enemy who wants to take Tharn away. The Sign is a heady mix of mythology, folklore, crime thriller, and an undying love story that spans across lifetimes. Will Tharn and Phaya be able to be together against all odds, or will a much bigger and sinister plot destroy everything? At number 12 we have Where Your Eyes Linger from Korea. Han Tae-ju's father, the chairman of the TB group, hires Kang-guk as his son's bodyguard, who is to be with him and protect him at all times. The two share a master-servant relationship in the garb of friendship, but as time passes, their relationships become stronger, often blurring the lines between friends and something more. Both can feel the attraction and sexual tension, but hold back. This, however, changes when a new girl joins their school and shows interest in Kang-guk. Jealousy forces Han to confront and confess his feelings for Kang. But when his father comes to know, he forces them to go separate ways. Will they be able to go past the father's opposition and find their way back to each other? Where Your Eyes Linger is the endearing tale of Han and Kang's journey as the fight for their love. At number 11 we have Triage from Thailand. Dr. Tin is an ER doctor who is stuck in a time loop. He tries to save a young guy named Tol over and over again, but notwithstanding all his efforts Tol dies in every loop at exactly the same time. As Tin desperately tries to look for clues to help him save Tol, he starts to develop an attachment with Tol, and struggles through each loop to have Tol believe in his words and trust him, because in each loop, Toll forgets everything and Tin has to start from the scratch. Will Toll ever be able to remember and put his faith in Tin? Will Tin be able to save Toll to finally put an end to this torturous loop? Triage is a refreshing and unusual series that tells the story of a different kind of love and commitment altogether. At number 10 we have the Thai drama, Tharn Type. Type is a hot-headed guy who shares his dorm room with Tharn, a handsome and cool guy. Type hates gays due to an incident of abuse during his childhood at the hands of a gay man. When he learns that Tharn is gay, he immediately asks him to move out, and Tharn, having done nothing wrong, refuses point blank. They become staunch enemies and try to outwit each other in a war of sorts, where Type tries to disturb and disrupt Tharn, and Tharn in turn vouches to make Type like him. While Type tries everything and goes all out to annoy him, Tharn's persistent efforts start to make him uneasy and unsure. When he learns that Tharn had taken care of him when he was sick, he starts to change his stance. What follows is an endearing enemies to lovers tale where Type falls in love with Tharn despite himself. While this series has drawn some criticism for the politically incorrect and oftentimes bordering on toxic elements in the story, I cannot but love their journey from being staunch rivals to committed boyfriends, and it remains one of my favorite BL dramas of all time. At number 9 we have 180 degrees longitude passes through us from Thailand. It is the story of Wang, his mom Sasimamal, and his dead father's best friend, In. By sheer coincidence the mother-son duo land up at In's home, in the middle of nowhere after having lost their way. As they spend time in In's stunning home in the wilderness, Wang starts to fall for In, who is almost his father's age. The sexual tension between them is palpable as Wang tries everything to break through the walls that In has put up all around. It seems to work as In starts to open up to Wang, when Sasimamal has to go away leaving them alone for 2 days. But when Wang confesses his love for In, all hell breaks loose. The pent-up tension and feigned camaraderie between Sasimamal and In crumbles, as the trio struggle through their own and collective secrets, pain, and guilt. The adults want to recede to their make-believe comfort zones, but Wang refuses. He bulldozes through the walls of secrets and raises difficult questions so that everyone can face the long-repressed truth. With stellar performances from all 3 leads and some excellent storytelling, this series, even though dark at times, gives us hope that love finds us the courage to ultimately be our authentic selves. I personally think that this is a must-watch as a brave tale of love. At number 8 we have the Thai period drama, To Sir with Love or Kun Chai. Tien is the oldest son of the Song family who learns early on that he is gay and also that it is a taboo. Growing up, his mother strongly reinforces that fear and shame. In an effort to protect her son and his empire, she forces him to live a life of falseness that Tien doesn't want to. In a chance encounter he meets Jiu, a poor candy maker, who also doubles up as a part-time assassin to pay for his little sister's treatment. Tien likes Jiu and wants to help his family and employs him as his assistant. While his mother continues to persuade him to maintain his secret of being gay, his stepbrother Yang is very supportive. Yang's mother, however, is dying to know Tien's secret so that Yang can inherit their father's role instead of Tien. What ensues is a tale of betrayal and bloody family feud, where people are killed to protect secrets and retain power. Wary of all the suffering that his secret leads to, Tien just wants to give up his inheritance for a life of freedom and happiness. Will he be able to love Jiu the way he wants, or will the game of power and greed destroy all? Watch Kun Chai for the dramatic and feisty women-driven narrative, the lovely relationship between the brothers Tien and Yang, and some really sweet moments of love and bonding between Tien and Jiu. At 7 we have Cherry Magic, a Thai remake of the original Japanese series. She is a clumsy 29-year-old who is low on confidence and self-esteem. All that changes dramatically on his 30th birthday when he develops a magical power of mind reading. Colin is the super achiever in the same office who she is in awe of. Akshi is dumbstruck when he reads Colin's mind on the elevator by accident, and finds out that Colin has a crush on him. He freaks out and doesn't know what to do with his power, as he gradually finds out that Colin really has cared about him all through the 5 years that they have been working together. His perspective about himself and the world around him changes. The series takes us through the many clumsy, funny, and adorable experiences that Akshi goes through as he and Colin get closer. He is torn between telling Colin, who he has come to really love, and keeping his magic. What will Akshi do? Will he and Colin find their love beyond Akshi's magic? Cherry Magic is an adorably cute series that makes you want to watch it again and again. Tae and Nu's chemistry lifts it up to another level. Watch it for a fun-filled, cute storyline and for being the quintessential BL drama that it is. At number 6 is Last Twilight from Thailand. Dae, a national badminton champion, is devastated on turning partially blind due to a disease. As his family looks for a caregiver, Mok, an auto mechanic, walks in at the interview. Dae hires him because, unlike other applicants, Mok did not seem to pity him. Mok, though not sure initially, later accepts because he is unable to land other jobs and is in debt. Mok then starts to learn and understand Dae's world. Though they make a shaky start, eventually they develop a deep bond and learn to rely on each other. As they spend more and more time together, Mok realizes that he has fallen for Dae, even though Dae initially says he doesn't want it. In due time he also seems to be falling for Mok. The series is a beautifully crafted and moving tale about vision loss, struggles of living with a disability, and finding support, friendship, and love. It deals sensitively with difficult themes and helps raise awareness, remove stigma, and gives hope, above and beyond the social messaging. You'll love the series for the enchanting love story and the endearing couple who conquer obstacles together to find happiness. At number 5 is the ethereal Eternal Yesterday from Japan. It is a heart-wrenching story of the poignant love of Koichi and Michan. Michan was a high schooler who is a loner, until the cheerful Koichi befriends him. Their friendship starts off on a very cautious note given their opposite personalities, but gradually grows into a deep bond, where Michan feels safe enough to start opening up for the first time ever in his life. And then, a heartbreaking tragedy happens that changes everything forever. As the masterfully crafted series unfolds, we suspend disbelief and go on with the magical story of Koichi and Michan. We let Koichi and Michan live out their love, as if in a parallel world, that allows an extension for a love so beautiful and eternal. The storytelling and acting are stellar. The haunting story drives home difficult, but beautiful messages about love, grief, and coming to terms with it to live on. I think it is one of the best BL dramas to have happened in the recent years and is a must-watch for everyone who loves epic love stories, because this is epic by all means. At number 4, we have Moonlight Chicken, a Thai BL series. On a fateful evening, Wen has a one-night stand with Jim, the owner of a local diner that sells chicken rice. While it was supposed to be a quick, meaningless fling, Wen gets smitten with Jim and wants to pursue it further, so much so that he insists and lands an evening job at the diner. In a parallel development, Jim's nephew Li Ming runs into the speech-challenged heart, and gets entangled and starts working at their household. Despite complexities, and many obstacles, love finds a way and blossoms. What I absolutely love about this series, is that it is a story of commonplace and flawed people who are trying to find a life for themselves. It is a refreshing departure from the usual school, college, or rich boyfriend-boss storylines that we have for many BLs. Earth and Mix's chemistry is outstanding as always, but the surprise package is Gemini in fourth. I highly recommend this series that transforms an everyday commonplace narrative into a mature and beautiful love story, and a celebration of life beyond failures, disappointments, and heartbreaks. At number 3 is I Feel You Linger in the Air, a Thai fantasy BL with an epic time travel story. Jom is an architect who gets strange dreams about an old mansion he is working to renovate. He finds sketches of a man in that mansion which resembles the man he sees in his dreams. In the midst of all this, his love falls apart, and a night of heartbroken recklessness leads to an accident. When he wakes up, he finds himself transported back in time to the 1920s Thailand. Destiny leads him to Yai, a young aristocrat, who turns out to be the mysterious man he used to dream about. Yai helps Jong get a job with his family and eventually as his majordomo. As they spend time together, their mysterious connection only gets stronger and they confess their love for each other, something that was forbidden during those years. The series is a wonderfully crafted tale of their epic romance spanning different timelines, while engaging with myriad social issues of the then Thailand, including struggles linked to class, culture, and gender. The lead pair has an enchanting and beautiful chemistry that makes their romance come alive. You find yourself rooting for their love as they fight to be together despite the oppression and discrimination of those times. But the biggest question is Jom's existence in that world. Will Jom and Yai be able to outrun time, or will Jom's future catch up with his past to separate them forever? Watch this epic romance for the fascinating exploration of the past era with its cultural and political nuances, the fantastic production values, and the enchanting love chemistry of the lead pair. At number 2 we have I Told Sunset About You. Tae and Oe were childhood best friends who fought and stopped talking to each other. Cut to the present. They have turned into arch rivals, but underneath that, there is a strong attraction and longing. Tae is better at academics than O, but feels the constant need to compete nevertheless, leading to incessant fights where friends have to be peacemakers. Once Tae qualifies for the university and O doesn't, Tae reaches out to apologize and agrees to tutor O and they get back to being best friends. But as years of pent-up longing and passion builds up, O makes the first move. Tae initially responds, but then pushes him away due to doubts and shame about his own sexuality. Soon after, O is courted by another friend Bass, making Tae suffer through intense jealousy. The chemistry between the lead pair is insane, and the scenes where Tae struggles with his intense longing for O are some of the best in terms of acting and direction that I have ever seen. The sexual tension and its fallout is tantalizing and heart-wrenching at the same time. Tae and O go through intense confusion, separation, and pain, before they are able to come to terms with their own identities and longing for each other. I Told Sunset About You is a beautifully crafted and directed series, with stellar acting, stunning cinematography, and roller coaster and beautiful coming-of-age story that explores difficult intersections and nuances of friendship, love, sexuality, and the journey to find one's own self. And at number 1 we have A Tale of Thousand Stars from Thailand. Phu Pha is the forest ranger in the remote village of Pha Phun Dao. Tor Phun is a volunteer who teaches kids at the village school and has a crush on Phu Pha. She dies in an unfortunate car accident and her heart is transplanted onto a rich brat, Tien. With a precious second chance at life, Tien transforms dramatically, as if there is an influence of the kind Tor Phun's heart that beats in him. He finds a journal that Tor Phun kept and gets inspired to follow in her footsteps and sets out to volunteer at the same village. It starts off on a difficult note with Phu Pha, the students, and everyone in the village, but with help from Phu Pha, Tien soon wins the hearts of his students and the villagers. Tien almost becomes one of them and it is difficult when they have to say farewells. One of the most beautiful parts of the series is the sweet romance that gradually grows between Phu Pha and Tien, and the adorable interactions they have with the children at the school. Phu Pha and Tien also visit the Pha Phun Dao hilltop together to fulfill Tien's wish. Earth and Mix have an incredible chemistry that brings out the raw emotions and longing of this poignant love story. The series conveys powerful messages on community living, self-discovery, and personal redemption. It tugs at your heartstrings with its simple but profound life messages, raw emotions, stunning landscapes, mesmerizing music, and a timeless love story. I think it is an outstanding BL series and a must-watch for everyone. So that is my list of top 15 BL dramas with the most epic love stories. Thank you for watching. Do you have your own list or dramas that you would like to add to this list? Please share, and let me know in the comments. Till the next time, take care, and keep watching BLs. Namaste.